Welcome back to the Gridiron Goons. It's your host, Brandon. I'm with the preacher.
What up?
I'm with Sean O'Mac.
Hello.
And as you guys know, if you listen to the Saturday episode, me and Sean went to Tampa.
Let's go.
And I refused to tell Preacher any details about our trip because if there's anything he gets excited about, he'll do it on the pod. I want to get right into story time. We're going to change things up just a little bit from normal. So, Preach, I'm not handing you the ball.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
Okay, man.
Okay, man.
Okay, man.
So we flew out early in the morning on Saturday. We touched down, got to our hotel. Dude, it's right across the street from the Fanatics headquarters. Like, they share a parking lot.
I thought it was the actual store. I was about to go crazy.
Exactly. We thought it was a store.
Oh, did you walk in like thinking it was a store?
No, we did the smart thing.
Oh,
We
okay.
asked the receptionist. We were like, Fanatics? She was like, no.
She gets it all the time.
Yes. And she said they should put a store in there because I get that question every weekend. And I'm like, well, yeah. But anyway.
Hey, Fanatics, if you're watching this podcast right now, put a store in there.
Yeah, man. And hook us up. On top
Wait,
of that.
Preach, did you just plug them?
I mean,
Did you just plug Fanatics
not
live
sponsored.
on the
Hashtag not sponsored, but
pod? Hi, Harper. Anyway, so we go to this little uppity restaurant with a whole bunch of them rich bastards. We
Not
got
the
out
vibe.
there. We got
Whoa.
Harper, chill out, homie. Go over there. You're gonna get in trouble. Anyway, not the vibe. We left there. We went to go find this other place called Walk-Ons. Dude, it was awesome. Found all your Niners fans. Everyone was hanging out down there.
Faithful. We represented, like always. Well done.
I will tell you this. I think in that stadium, like dead ass, it was probably 40% Niners fans.
wow.
They were there. It was nuts. Anyway, so we found all the Niners fans out and about. They were having a good time. It was weird for me. So being a Buccaneer fan my whole life, I've never seen Buccaneer flags flying. You know, I've never seen another person wearing a Bucs jersey. Like, you know, it's weird for me. I've lived in Michigan, Ohio area for my whole life, and I know 3 people besides myself that like the Buccaneers. They're their favorite team. Down there, obviously, it's home team. Everyone loves them. And it was so weird for me, so surreal seeing all them Bucs flags, everyone just loving it. And I was like, wow. So,
Are you moving to Florida then?
I'd love to move to Tampa.
Oh.
Dead ass.
Hashtag OG Carnell.
We don't even know if he was there.
Shout out OG Carnell.
Anyway, next day, obviously Sunday's game day. We pull up kind of early, hop in the team store. I spent like $150 on some shit.
Jeez.
You know what, man? I don't ever spend money on myself. I was like, fuck it, we ball.
After we tried to go through the VIP section.
We did. They were
I
like,
thought it was
"Sir."
the entrance to the store.
It was right next to the store. Like, if we would have walked in the doors, we could have walked into the store.
Yeah.
But, like, we weren't VIP, so we couldn't do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they were like, sir?
They were like, sir, sir, sir. And we were like, what? But we weren't the only ones that did it, so I'm blaming.
It sounds like that's not... Maybe that's just something they need to change.
That's-
up, 'cause
yeah.
The Fanatics store, now the VIP area?
Yeah, something wrong with it. Rashad White's mom was walking right next to us.
Really?
Yeah, we heard her talking on the phone about Rashad, blah, blah, blah. I'm his mom, blah, blah, blah. And I was
She
like,
was
well,
going
that's-
to his car to get something.
Yeah,
Oh.
super cool.
Oh, name dropping
didn't-
her own son?
Yeah, I didn't like, you know, try to talk to her. And I
Yeah.
wanted to give her space, be polite. But that was cool. But we had our seats right underneath the pirate ship.
Dude, when you sent me the Snapchat of
If you guys
right
seen us
there,
on TikTok or Facebook Reels, our seats were right next to that pirate ship.
Our seats were right in Moody range.
I don't know if there's anything called Moody Range, but if there is, we fucking found
were
it.
there.
is that why you're talking a little louder? Because you still can't hear?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was, them cannons are loud as shit. They shake the whole stadium. They go off kind of randomly sometimes, and I absolutely love it. Now, Sean, I'm going to kind of hand you the ball a little bit. So I've only been to 2 stadiums. I've been to Carolina and I've been to Tampa. So, I lied. 3. I've been to Ford Field as well. I just didn't see a Lions game there. I was watching Monster Trucks.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm biased, so Tampa's obviously my favorite. Sean, you've been to roughly how many stadiums?
Roughly 10. And I have not redone my list like we talked about.
So where have you been? You've been to Minnesota.
Minnesota, Cleveland, Detroit, Tampa, Atlanta,
Chicago,
Indy, Cincy.
It's 8.
Have you been to a 49ers game?
I have not. We will be going.
Yeah, we were talking about it. We're probably going to go out next year.
There's... Bear with me. I don't have the best memory.
Can I just throw some names out? Maybe want to ring a bell?
Yes.
What about New Orleans?
No.
What about New York's?
No New York's.
Anything in California? SoFi?
No.
Allegiant Stadium? Vegas?
No.
Kansas City?
Yes.
Ooh, you went to Arrowhead?
I did.
Okay. What about Green Bay?
No.
Baltimore?
No.
Commanders? No.
Been to D.C., huh? Pittsburgh? Philly?
Yes.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Pittsburgh.
All right, so he's been to 10. Where do the Raymond James Stadium, Buccaneer Stadium, where's that rank for you off the dome?
I'll tell you what, it was really awesome. Just a totally open view. I don't know if our seats added to it, but our seats were really good. Like right behind the goalpost. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
We could have caught a Moody kick because he was shanking that bad.
Yeah. I think all 3 he shanked.
He totally missed the nets 3 times.
I mean,
wish I
he
could
did
call
pull
one.
it together, so.
Yeah.
He did when it...
He made it when it counted. I'll give him that. But hold on.
Chicago's always going to be number 1 till I go to Green Bay.
Is that just because of the historical aspect? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Overall, Tampa's... I would slide them up into the top 5. It was a really nice stadium, dude.
So off the dome, where would you rank your stadiums right now? You said Bears are number 1.
Yes.
Where would you put 2?
Number 2.
Number 2 would be...
We didn't
Bears.
plan this, so just kind of...
Yeah, it might be some dead air here, but...
We're trying to give you the rawest of raw here, so...
Paul Brown Stadium's cool.
What one's
that would be up there, Cincinnati.
Okay.
You know what? That might be number 2 because the river's right there. Or the Ohio River's right there. It's hard. I don't know.
You know what? He's going to sit down, make an actual list, and we're going to find out next week more.
Oh, 11, Atlanta.
You said
You
it.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
So...
that would be up there too, because it's a newer dome, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and just the architecture of it. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
I'll rank mine 2 on the list now.
Okay.
Because I've only been to 2. So
Okay.
Number 1 would be Lucas Oil Stadium.
Okay. That's Indy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And number 2 would be Ford Field. So
Okay.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
There's
short
not
list.
a bad seat in Ford Field, though.
I mean, but there also really isn't a bad seat in Indy, and I've sat in the literal last row in Indy, and I can say it wasn't that bad of a view at all.
The domes are cool, but I definitely enjoy outdoor games more.
I will say, just so you guys are aware, I'm not upset at all that we lost. 0%. Because the game was phenomenal. Niners were leading for a minute. Bucks were leading for a minute. Moody's missing kicks. I'm not gonna lie. When the third missed kick happened, the stadium got so loud. It was louder than our first touchdown.
Oh.
It was so loud.
It's like we pay him to miss, not make.
Dude, it's crazy.
Hey, it's a good thing I didn't put him back on my roster.
Booty like Moody, you know what
And
I'm
it
saying?
got so bad, Debo said, "Fuck you." Wop.
Yeah, hit the long snapper right in the head.
Where was the Baker one arm throw in comparison to you guys?
His back was to us.
Okay.
He'd be running to the right sideline. And I watched that whole thing happen because Sean kept saying they're holding Bosa.
Yes.
When in the beginning of the game, Wirfs was just making him look like a fucking child. But anyway, more on Wirfs later. And I'm watching Bosa try to get Baker, and I'm watching his arm out extended. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, you got to complete this. Because it's third down.
Right.
Or fourth down, maybe. I think it was fourth down. I'm like, you have to find a way to complete this fucking ball. Because if you don't, our game's over. He throws the wobbliest mallard I've ever seen in my life. And here come running back / receiver Rachaad White. Bow! Bring it right down 1 yard past the first down. And that stadium went nuts. Nuts!
I mean,
even the Niners fans were going crazy. It was amazing.
Watching it on TV, I was like, there's no way he made that pass. I surely thought he was gonna.
Yeah, like no one would ever think you'd make that pass. So, long story short, because I know I've been rambling for probably 10 minutes now.
Yeah,
but you didn't even bring up the most awesomest thing.
What's
The
that?
chicken tenders, bro.
Dude, they did have some bomb. They had some bomb.
Preach!
Really good chicken tendies.
These fucking tenders were bomb, dude.
They're gonna blow the mic out with the chicken tenders.
And they had waffle fries.
Everywhere had waffle
Everywhere waffle fries.
Yeah.
Was the Jake Moody winning kick to you guys?
Yep.
Or,
Yes, to us.
I'm pretty sure all 3 of the missed kicks and the winning kick were all at us.
How was the Tampa Bay fans to, like, I know you said it was like a lot San Francisco, but
They
how
weren't bad at all.
were they just as good as the fine folks in Minnesota? Or
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
okay.
I don't want to piss you off,
Oh no.
but I gotta say this.
Oh no.
Your 49ers fans are fucking obnoxious.
Oh.
Preach.
They are absolutely obnoxious.
Oh no.
Preach.
Oh no. I can't say anything. I wasn't there, man.
When I go to your stadium next year, because I assume the Bucks are gonna play there since they played here this year, I'm gonna get in a fist fight and I'm gonna go to jail.
You
Because
don't want to
them
catch a
motherfuckers-
case on the West Coast.
Those motherfuckers
Not
will not
California.
shut up.
Oh.
They won't shut up, and they say the dumbest shit.
Well, they're
Like,
from California, man.
Dude, they need to stay there.
No hate
Like,
on my California people. but
Sorry,
they're
I'm
good to
hating
go.
because you guys suck.
Okay.
I'll be honest. Yeah.
Found out Saturday night that I missed a Frank Gore signing.
Yep, we were
He
both.
was down the street.
You know where he found out?
Where?
At a very fancy restaurant where we were extremely underdressed.
Oh.
We went to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Should you have been in like a suit or
Like, you should have been, like, dressed up a little bit. I'm
Okay.
not talking full black tie.
Okay.
But, like, a nice button up with some nice khakis.
Or sit on the bar side.
Yeah, or sit on the bar side where all your obnoxious ass Niner fans are
and
hanging
you
out.
weren't on the bar side?
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
So I walk in there wearing my shirt that says "Buck around and find out." Like Sean's in there with his Niners hoodie.
Wait, a hoodie in Florida?
He ran out of shirts.
Oh.
Anyway, so
Act like.
dude, we walk into this place. Like, I knew it was like a nice restaurant,
Yeah.
but I didn't think it was like that. We walk in, and all I see is a piano and someone using it. I said, "Oh shit!"
And a wine cellar.
Oh.
Yeah.
So go ahead. How was this experience? Because
it was great.
I feel like you guys were in for some treats there.
Yeah, would you quit hitting the camera, Harper? We're working here.
Yeah, Hart.
Anyway, the dude definitely knew this wasn't our place. He knew, but he was very nice. He was elegant. I asked for the ribeye, and he was like, "Would you like me to Pittsburgh sear that?" And I said, "I don't know what that means." And he was like, "That's when I do the," and I was like, "Yeah, do that. That's fine."
The bread was dynamite.
Dynamite. Anyway, I know. Keep going. Go ahead.
And he gave us free cheesecake
He did, and I found out
for
I don't like it.
first-time visitors.
Absolutely, he was awesome. I tipped
That's
him.
awesome.
I tipped him fairly well because when you have a $206 bill for you and your woman, you have to leave at least a $40-something tip.
To home.
Tell
Bitch,
me,
this is a top-notch steakhouse.
crazy.
How much was your steak?
$79.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Was it worth $79? First off, was it worth $79?
Yeah. I'd do it again today.
And second, you tried cheesecake for the first time. Was it just like straight plain cheesecake, or was it like?
I don't know, Sean. What was it?
It was blueberry.
I did not
did not
enjoy
like-
it.
Oh.
So here's the thing.
Well, it's
man.
not surprising.
I'm real picky with my food. And I took a bite, and you know how cheesecake spreads throughout your mouth real fast? I was like, oh, it's getting worse. Oh, shit. It's getting worse. Oh, no. So I had to drink.
You didn't like the IU gratin potatoes either.
No, man. Something was fancy about it. It was weird.
Oh.
I found out I do not have fancy taste except for my steak. Make that shit fancy.
Oh.
That steak was phenomenal.
Well, that's good.
I know we've been rambling forever, but
How was your steak?
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
I got the strip steak. It was 60.
yeah, it was 69.
Okay,
Mine was
so
79.
So do they, with it being a fancy place? Now I've been to a couple fancy restaurants, and they clean up after you pretty quick.
Dude, this dude whips out this fucking metal tool, looked like half a credit card. Dude was like, scrape, 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 and we were like, what?
Scooping up the crumbs, dude.
Yeah.
Like real quick too. I spilled half a drink, and I think he cleaned it up with that. He was like, yeah. So I was like, whoa.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Anything else about Tampa?
I caught a t-shirt at the Tampa
He
game.
did.
Dang. Was it a Tampa t-shirt, of
Yeah.
course?
Yep.
Did you give it to Evo?
Dallas.
Oh.
It's gonna go to
Oh,
Dallas.
okay.
Couple years because it's a large, but
A little bit there.
anyway, it was great. Great experience. Very hot, as we knew it was going to be hot. I'm not bitching about it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But it was great. I will be back 100%.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It was best time of my life. I felt like I was 10 years old sitting there.
Top-notch oatmeal, too, for the continental breakfast.
Oh,
We did have continental
But
breakfast.
no sausage.
No sausage. Sausage, gravy, and biscuits, though. So.
I mean, that's close enough.
Look, man, we gotta. This is a football podcast, and we've been talking about just a city. I'm sorry.
Well, let's get into some news, and then let's get into our injury section like usual.
Okay.
Dak Prescott, I know this is injury, but this is also big news, dropped today as we're recording this. Dak out for the season,
Yep.
game over. Yeah,
Hamstring.
I think that means that
Their season's
their
done.
season's done. Tried to trade away people.
I had an opportunity to get rid of CeeDee Lamb last
you
week,
didn't.
and I didn't.
You should have.
100%.
So there's
regret
that. Bears fired offensive coordinator today. Promote Thomas Brown from in the kind of. Oh, okay, man.
Sorry.
Popcorn line.
Popcorn.
All that
Yep.
breeze.
Eberflus did say yesterday before the firing of the OC today that Caleb Williams is still their starter. So you would assume this would continue on. We can save you for a little bit because we know you hate Caleb Williams with a passion,
I
and
do.
you still think he's dog.
Chicago's firing everyone besides the person they need to fire.
Eberflus.
Eberflus.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured that's kind of where everybody feels with this. I think it's a little bit unfortunate.
Can we time out for
Yeah.
1 second,
Yeah,
though?
yeah, yeah.
The problem with what you're saying is they need to get rid of Eberflus.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I disagree? No. But they're doing a revolving door.
Right.
Revolving door.
Mm-hmm.
New quarterback doesn't work. New OC doesn't work. New head coach doesn't work. New quarterback doesn't work. It's a vicious cycle. So if they need to clean house this season, clean house, everybody, all staff gone, hire all new, and say you guys have 3 years. You have to the end of Caleb Williams' rookie contract to fix this, or you are all fired. But here's the thing, is when people's jobs are constantly under fire 1 year after 1 year after 1 year after 1 year, that's how quarterbacks get the bad rep.
Right. I mean,
That's what happened to Baker.
well, not only Baker. You look at Baker. You look at
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. You look at Justin Fields.
Fields.
I mean, Justin Fields proved this year alone
He's ready to go.
that the problem was Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And now, granted, everyone wants to dog on Caleb Williams, and I don't know if granted, Caleb Williams may be a problem.
Dog shit.
Right? But how much is that compounded based off of where he was at? Because if you polled most people that could maybe look past Caleb Williams' issues, they would have been like, this is a foolproof team. You've got you have Keenan Allen, you have DJ Moore, you have Roma Dunze,
Cole
you got
Kmet,
Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
Like, you have all of these pieces in your offense that everyone, I feel like everybody would have said, this is a fail-proof offense.
I've said that, and I hated Caleb Williams, and I said that.
But is it Caleb Williams? I think obviously it's I think it's a little bit compounded of Caleb Williams here, but I think the biggest problem is Eberflus and that whole entire staff. And you look at the same thing with Baker Mayfield. Look at what the Browns did, right? Mm-hmm. Now Baker had to go to Carolina, which wasn't really the best place for him to go. Mm-hmm. And then now he's in Tampa, where he's surrounded with a team that believes in him.
And a coaching staff that hasn't changed.
And look at where he's at.
OC's changed, but I mean, for the better.
OC's changed from here and there.
We need a new head coach.
Right.
What about Coach Bowles?
He needs gone.
We looked for him.
I think I found him once or twice, so he was hiding.
Oh.
He had the camo on.
Oh, he did? Oh.
Yeah, it was a salute to service game.
Oh. Were those unis? No, they didn't.
They didn't wear the unis, but
they just had the.
They went hard. I'll tell you that.
They just had. Didn't they have some like the?
Yeah.
Towels and stuff. But I think the question is, if you're Chicago, and maybe if you're a player, and are you free agency comes up, are you leaving? Is everybody gone?
Well, we know they're probably not signing Keenan.
Right, Keenan Allen's gone.
Because they're going to get a fourth round pick.
Basically, yeah.
If they don't sign him. So I don't suspect they're going to sign him.
DJ Moore just re-signed.
So they're going to have DJ Moore and Roma Dunze walking into next season. And Cole Kmet, which is slightly above average in my opinion. Swift, which has really turned it on these past couple weeks. So they have the pieces. Now they need someone to put the puzzle together. So what they need to do is they need to hire a very experienced head coach.
Instead of a defensive coach like Eberflus, they need an offensive
Yes, they need an offensive-minded head coach, and they need a veteran head coach. Now, not a new guy.
Vrabel.
Damn. I'm not saying that new guys don't, turn it up. Like, look at Sean McVay and all that. But, like, they need a veteran coach.
I think Vrabel might be in a different position next year.
That's what Sean keeps saying, too.
I just don't think it's Chicago.
Where do you think it is?
I don't even think it's the NFL.
Right, that's what Sean's been saying.
Yeah.
What about Coach Belichick?
Right, that'd actually be
phenomenal. That'd be decent, but I don't think he'll go there. I think Belichick's in the point where
I think he's done.
He's done.
I don't think so. I think he's going down. McCarthy's going to be gone. Peterson's going to be gone. Fucking who were we talking about?
Bulls. Hopefully he's gone. See you later, buddy. I can't.
LaFleur's going to be gone.
What?
No, I'm sorry. Now
LaFleur?
I was looking at you thinking Packers. I don't know. Whoa, Brady Jones just a slip up.
Okay,
man.
Okay, man. Easy, bud. But I don't think that's happening. I think. Jeez, dude, you really threw me off.
This podcast sucks. We love you guys.
This is Saturday level podcast already on a Thursday.
I can't wait for Saturday.
No, so I think obviously with the Bears, they need to figure it out. We can always dive into we can dive into like everything else in a separate episode. But let's get to a commercial break real quick, and then we'll come back with our injury breakdown.
Flag on the commercial. Oh, it's for our Gridiron Goons t-shirts that we're selling. $20 a piece. We got the GGs on the front and the whole logo on the back. On the front, 2 GGs. We can customize them in any colors you want of your team's colorway. Anyway, back to the show. By the way, if you guys are wondering why we're having commercials, it's because we have to reset the camera, okay? That's why we have it. We're not just like out here begging you to buy a shirt. That's all. Anyway.
Injuries. Let's start off with the unfortunate one that you guys saw, Tristan Wirfs' knee injury.
So it's an MCL sprain is what we've heard. And per Sean O'Mac, after the bye week, it's going to be week to week. We all know how high I am on my Bucks, okay? But the injuries are starting to get too much right now. Our O-line looked decent against the pass rush of the Niners when Wirfs went down, because he went down pretty early. Mm-hmm. I want to say it was either late first quarter or early second quarter. But he went down pretty early, and we still looked pretty good. But, like, we have a great offensive line, and no one wants to talk about it. But I think now the injuries are almost too much.
Okay.
Evans, in theory, will be back week 12. That was the reports when he got injured. They said he should be good, like, week 11. And that's obviously our bye.
Right.
So, week 12, he should be solid. But, like, we're still down Godwin. Now we're down Wirfs. At the beginning of the season, we were down Winfield Jr. It's becoming a little too much. I'm not saying our season's over. I do think we can sneak in, maybe to the playoffs. It'll be a hard push to get there. It'll be a hard push to get there. But I do believe in us, and I believe we can. But if Wirfs misses any real time, it's not looking good. The only thing we have is other than the Falcons, I don't believe we've played any other division rivals. Maybe the Saints once. I don't think we played them twice, though.
Have you played Panthers?
I don't think so. So my brain says those are going to be 3 wins, because that's just how I am. But I don't know, man.
Playoff picture, you're 12th right now and looking out. You're 12th
in the AFC, or the NFC.
So you got playoff picture-wise, Lions are number 1, Eagles number 2, Falcons 3, Cardinals 4. 5th seed and the first wild card would be the Vikings. 6 would be the second wild card, would be the Commanders. And the last wild card position right now is the Green Bay Packers. On the bubble, first one out, 49ers. Then 9th place is the Bears. 10th place to the Rams. 11 Seahawks. 12th at 4-6 is the Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. So Buccaneers to Bears is 4-5 or 4-6. Mm-hmm. Buccaneers have the extra week already.
Yep.
So you're looking at basically a 4-5, 4-6 record right now. 49ers with the win went to 5-4. Yep. So I mean that was good for them. And then you got Packers alone at 7th with 6-3, and then Commanders and the Vikings are 7-2 for the Vikings, 7-3 for Commanders.
I want to make a bold statement.
Yes,
reckless speculation, as you like to call it. Vikings are going to fall.
Okay.
Darnold's performance against Jacksonville was abysmal from what he has been doing, and he looks like old Sam Darnold again. So if he does not return to the state he was at prior, their season's done.
Right now they have a 92% playoff probability. So.
Niners are going to sneak in. So there's one.
It's not an easy road for us. In our last remaining 8 games, we have the Seahawks, the Packers, the Bills, the Cardinals, the Lions. It's not going to be easy.
No, it's not going to be easy, but I can see you guys sneaking in. So
49ers always find a way to... Always. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you got to look. If you look right now, okay... The Cardinals are 6-4, the first team in the West right now.
Crazy to me, but okay.
I mean, so
speaking, you know what? I'm going to throw out a hot take.
Okay,
I love that.
With the way he's playing, at what point do we start putting Kyler Murray MVP consideration? Because he is balling. He is absolutely balling. Wow. He has his team in first place, And what he's doing on the field is phenomenal. He looks like a totally different quarterback, and it's time to give him his props.
I agree, but when Lamar and Baker's doing better than him every single week, except for last week for Baker, you can't put him there.
I think you can have him in the outside looking in. Now, granted, yeah, you can give him his respect and his praise.
I do give him respect.
But I really think when you talk about, when you look at that whole picture, Jared Goff, which, I mean, let's not talk about, I have it in the thing, but Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions and still managed to win the game. Now, granted, is that talking MVP or Offensive Player of the Year number? 5 interceptions in one game, probably not, but he's always consistently there. You look at what Baker's doing. You look at not only what you look at Baker. You look at I would almost say maybe a long shot. I would say this is probably the rookie of the player of the year is Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
But Lamar Jackson is in the conversation. Yeah, you could have Kyler Murray in the conversation. Unfortunately, Patrick Mahomes is in that conversation.
Shouldn't be.
He'll win it off name alone.
Right.
And it's unfortunate.
Right, and it's unfortunate. Honestly, I think I would make a case for myself for Jordan Love, but the fact that the 2 games, or 2.5, almost 3 games, is going to be the reason why he's not.
Yeah.
But if you look at the statistical numbers of what the lack of games he's played,
I hear you.
That is crazy enough for Jordan Love's case to be at least Offensive Player of the Year level. But then you talk about Offensive Player of the Year, there's a whole lot of other candidates there too.
I would like to keep rolling on this, even though we did get sidetracked.
Yeah.
I want to stay on the sidetrack for a minute. I want you to give your MVP. If the season ended today, who is your MVP, Sean?
Lamar Jackson.
Mine is Baker Mayfield. Who is yours?
I think for me, it's Jared Goff.
I don't disagree with either of you. Offensive Player of the Year, if it ended today.
Derrick
Sean?
Henry.
Mine's Derrick Henry as well. I have one other name in mind.
I got to go Saquon Barkley.
Just because that reverse hurdle, I did it.
I think
I ain't mad at it, man. That reverse hurdle's nasty.
if you look at a couple of things this year with Saquon Barkley, now granted he hasn't had the huge explosive games,
Correct.
but what you look from Offensive Player of the Year, for me it's what did you also improve from last year? Now Derrick Henry, right, King Henry V, is really right there with me. Like that's like if it's a splitting hair between 1 and 2. But I think I would have to give the nod to Saquon, just a hair.
I would like to throw out a couple more names that I wouldn't be mad at. So Jamar Chase, because he has really stepped it up this year.
I think he's the only reason why that team is
he
where
is
they're
just
at
going
right now.
fucking berserk. And another one, kind of maybe we're not thinking about it because he had a very slow start. Bajan's start was very slow, and I said probably 3 weeks ago now, I think this is the Bajan that we are going to know and love moving forward.
Right.
And I have not been wrong. That dude's putting up well over 20 points every single week. This is the Bajan everyone thought we were going to get, and he has arrived. And I'm okay with he wasn't great for these games, but look at these games. And then they end up winning. I totally agree with that. But my vote would 100% be for Derrick Henry. But a Jamar and Bajan, in my opinion, are just...
Joe Mixon, too.
He's a lower pick for me, but I could also agree on that. And it's only because of his injury. He had an injury. He was out for a couple weeks.
Yes.
Back to injuries. Side conversation aside. Injury-wise, Miles Sanders went out with a foot ankle injury mid-game. Trevor Lawrence didn't play on Sunday due to an AC joint sprain, so that's a little concern moving forward, obviously. Tyreek Hill, questionable injury, but it looks promising for this upcoming week. And then... Well, Malik Neighbors went in the concussion protocol again. On Sunday.
Tua 2.0.
Tua.
Gotta get him a quarterback,
let's also
please.
talk about Tua while we're on the concussion. Tua, not injured, but making tackles
With his head. With his head.
So I almost want to put Tua... Oh,
hold on!
Okay.
I noticed something.
What?
It was toward the beginning of the game, first quarter type shit. I remember that for sure. He threw behind his receivers on the same drive. So they were supposed to do like a quick out route.
Yeah.
So, one of two things happened. Either two separate receivers didn't turn early enough, or he made the wrong play call in the huddle. And if option B, not making the right play call, is there, he still needs his head checked out. I'm being real. I'm not making a joke.
Yeah.
Because when he threw the ball and it went right behind Jonnu Smith, I remember it was on the right side of the field, it went right behind him. Because by the time he turned his head, the ball was passing him. He's like, what the hell are you doing? And Tua's laughing. I seen him smile. And I was like, what the hell's going on with you? You got birds flying around your fucking head or something? I'm just saying, check on your boy.
Yeah. Well, maybe he needs to be on the injury list. Who knows? The last team on the injury list is the Buffalo Bills. Amari Cooper didn't play last week with a wrist injury. He's expected to continue evaluation through this week in preparation for their game against the Chiefs. Dalton Kincaid's dealing with a knee injury. Keon Coleman won't even start on Sunday against the Chiefs. So that's injury breakdown wise, huge things going on.
Yeah.
That just makes the Chiefs, unfortunately, even in my opinion, more of the reason why they're going to win on Sunday.
Can I just how they have to be the worst undefeated team we've ever seen.
You know, when the refs give the quarterback,
shit.
well, let's just save it for Sunday's or Saturday's episode.
I'll give you that, but how the fuck do you win on a blocked field goal? The odds of blocking a field goal are so incredibly low, and that's how you're going to win on a blocked fucking field goal? There is no way, dude.
At this point, they're not even trying to hide it now.
No. At this point, no way.
More on that on Saturday's episode. We're getting a little more off track.
We'll get into some of the other stuff too in today's episode on Saturdays. But let's get into the Gridiron Goons redraft
and the weekly report.
Yeah,
coming right up. The One-Eyed Bandit, Evo 12. With a 171.7 performance. He was the best team. The worst team was Josh. Sorry, Josh. Your team was ass. 81.5. Players of the week, we don't read them. Most efficient manager was Terry?
T-Bone.
Still not here.
How's it going?
Anyway, he was 100% efficient. Least efficient manager was Josh, booty cheeks. Sorry, buddy.
Josh only scored 80 points.
81.5, yeah. Kind of rough. I didn't do much better, and I still won. Highest points in a loss. This is a fucking heartbreaker. Neighbor Kid lost with 155.9.
Oh.
He got beat by the best team, the One-Eyed Bandits. Lowest points in the win was your boy. It was me. With 93.7. I was shitting bricks.
Hey, a win's a win, bud.
That's true. The biggest blowout
Oh, no.
was Meth Head Keth over Preacher. Sorry, buddy. Oh, God.
I mean, I really didn't have much else to choose from. My whole entire team was on a bye.
Yeah, I get it. My week 14 is about to be rough.
Yeah.
The narrow victory wasn't really that narrow. 11 points. Gil over Terry. The overachiever was obviously Evo 12, and the underachiever was
of course
Josh. That's usually how that works every week. So I'm going to do a quick percentages of who did the best. So Evo 12 was at 100%. Sean O'Mac was at 96.9. Neighbor Kid was at 98.9. Meth Head Kath was 93.2. Living on a Prayer, Mr. Gill himself was 87. Crazy Eyes was 91.4. Hanging with Hernandez, which is Terry, love that name, was also 100%. Yeah, you know what, Preacher? You're right. You didn't have a choice. Preacher with 100% accuracy.
Preach.
I do want you to understand that
I'll give you
on
that.
bye week was Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Jaden Reed, and David Njoku.
Oh, my God.
I also had T. Higgins, who was out, and the only other player on my roster was Jalen McMillan.
Oh, boy. I don't think he played, did he?
No, he got 0 points. So, yeah.
And then the only one, so me was 89.1 and Josh was at 78. So if me and Josh both would have got max, I would have won by 0.7.
Oh, jeez.
Like, we had a tight dog shit game. Our game was terrible. Quick standing update. You got Neighbor Kid in the first place position, 6-4. Cooking lamb chops. That's me, because I had James cooking and CD Lamb. Shut up. I'm in second place, also 6-4. Malik's Neighborhood, which is Sean O'Mac. He's in third with 5-5. Amon-Ra's Oblique. He is in fourth at 5-5. Hanging with Hernandez. Terry, he's also 5-5 on a 2-week losing streak. You better fix that shit. The One-Eyed Bandits are in sixth with a 5-5 record. Living on a Prayer, Mr. Gill himself, is in seventh place with a 5-5 record. Crazy Eyes is in eighth place with a 5-5 record. And Josh is in ninth place with a 5-5 record.
That's crazy. Third through ninth is all the same record, split up by
And
points.
10th is Preacher, 3-7.
Yeah.
But when you think about it like this, you're 2 games back from being so perfectly in the middle of this pack. It's unbelievable.
Right. I mean, it's crazy.
Preacher just made a move.
Preacher.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway,
Oh my God.
I have only been doing fantasy football for about 3 years. Let me just say this. I have never in my life seen competition like this. Number 1 is 6-4, and number 9 is 5-5. Just think about it like that.
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy. It's just amazing. Kaylee, I see you're calling me, but I can't answer because I'm doing the pod. You'll hear this on Thursday. Sorry. Anyway, Preacher, let's get us rolling into our next segment because I know we don't have much left.
Let's
Stat City?
Yeah, let's go Stat City real quick. It's been stated by Coach Shane Steichen that good old Joe Flacco is going to be the starter. Continue until he says otherwise. In Indianapolis, these are his stats. 2 games with, past the Richardson bench for Flacco. He has had a 67.7 completion rating. Pass to touchdown is pass touchdown to interception ratio is 2-4, 2-4. Pass yards is 225.5. Average yards and per attempt is 7.3. Passer rating is 72.7. He's been sacked 7 times, and he's given the ball away 6 times. So, not really great numbers in the past 2 weeks from the sacked.
Right.
I mean, you can't really help when your team doesn't want to block.
I hear that.
But the Colts are a really interesting team because they're like, are they good? Are they bad? We don't know because this team, time and time again, Flacco looks like he's a good quarterback, and then things happen in the team. So that's huge on the Stat City. We already talked about the Joe Flacco with the 5 interceptions last game. Still won on a last-second field goal again. let's talk about that too real quick. Jake Moody hitting the last second field goal. Broncos getting the last second field goal block. The Detroit Lions getting the last second field goal. Did you see the clip of the people on the airplane going back to Detroit?
Yes!
And
that was so awesome!
And the flight attendant comes on like she's about to just can be like, congratulations!
And everyone's like, no!
The kind of the funny thing, it's like, I feel like in that same vein, you would almost already know that he makes the kick. It's like, oh, you should have just spoiled it anyhow. But that was hilarious. So that's kind of stat city for 2 players. Let's get into the rest of the league. Passing wise, we have a new king.
We do.
We have a new king. Joey Burrow,
I bet.
2,672 yards. Lamar Jackson, 2,669 yards. Third is Kirk Cousins with 2,634. Fourth is Geno with 2,560. And fifth, Baker with 2,505.
I'll be very honest. I'm kind of shocked he's still there. He had a pretty low game against the Niners. I think it was only like $1.40.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely close between Baker and Purdy. Well, actually, no, sorry. We're about 53 off, 52 yards off.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Rushing side of the ball, rushing yards, Derrick Henry 1, Saquon Barkley 2, Chuba Hubbard 3rd, Josh Jacobs 4, Bijan 5. Really haven't seen a huge change in the numbers there. Jahmyr Gibbs 6, but ever so closely chipping away at that difference there. And then the receiving yards, we have Jamar Chase ahead by 140 yards.
Yeah, crazy.
Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin 3rd, Garrett Wilson 4th, Zay Flowers 5th. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb starting to come down the rankings because of lack of quarterback. So there's that. I expect those numbers to continue to fall for him.
Yeah.
Drake London's sitting right there behind him with 649 to CeeDee Lamb 681. So, but really from the top 5 perspective, nothing really is outside of CeeDee Lamb coming down and everybody kind of slotting up.
Absolutely.
We haven't really seen too much of a change there. So that's kind of huge stat yardage-wise. Touchdown-wise, we're looking the same, really, honestly. There hasn't been much difference in the receiving touchdowns, nor the rushing touchdowns, because they're all about the same at this point.
Right.
So, which is kind of interesting how everything's just leveling out like it usually would.
Yeah.
So we covered a lot today.
We have.
Is there anything else before we get into this Thursday episode?
Just a quick side note.
Yeah.
One more injury that we missed. Sam Laporta.
What happened to her?
Hurt her shoulders. What was it? Sunday night game.
Okay.
I missed that.
Day to day.
Okay. Well, let's get into this Thursday preview matchup here. We got to hit this quick before we run out of time again, because I don't want to go to a second commercial break. In this,
That's true.
We don't want.
We got to save these people.
We do got to save these people. You have the Cincinnati, not the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday night.
Let's go.
It's gonna be good.
Honestly, this game I
can't wait.
Preach, you're going to stay up to watch it, right?
I might actually. I'm not gonna lie.
It's gonna be a good game.
I know Terry is, because this is a pivotal divisional game for him.
Wait, sorry. I'm looking at week 10. My bad.
You bastard.
Commanders Eagles. Sorry.
Sounds right.
I was looking at week 10 real quick on our pick'em. And
Why would you do that?
Oh, no. Because I lost my spot. But either way, still a really good game. I think I'm going to wait, stay up for this one. Eagles, Commanders. This is, honestly,
good.
This is a really good matchup. It is in Philadelphia. 8:15 on Prime, per usual. Stat-wise, breakdown. Second team offense in the Commanders, 11th team offense in the Eagles.
I'm kind of shocked about that number.
Defense, though, 19th for the Commanders, 2nd for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Commanders are 7th in passing and 3rd in rushing, where the Eagles are 24th in passing and 2nd in rushing.
Really?
Yeah, 24th in passing, 2nd in rushing.
I would have never guessed
Which,
that.
I mean, this is honestly because the Eagles have the defensive edge. I think that's going to give them the nod.
That's also why I picked them. But I do suspect a bounce back game for Jaden Daniels. So I'm looking at his fantasy, his previous fantasies. He's only went single digits 2 times. So against Carolina for some reason, I think that's the game he got hurt, was 5-4, and then this last week against Pittsburgh was 8-5. All the rest, he's 19s, 20s, 19s, 20s, and then he had a 13, a 24, 28. So he's looking like his average is 20. Okay? I suspect, even with that great defense he's about to go up against, I suspect a bounce back game. I don't know where they rank, but in my opinion, the Steelers' defense is much better than the Eagles' defense. I know stats aren't necessarily everything, and a lot of eye test type deal, but I think Jaden Daniels is going to have a bounce back game.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to drop a 30 bomb on him, but I like to see him get back up to what's normal for him, somewhere between 19 and 22. I have no issues starting him.
I wouldn't have an issue starting him. I just, from the pick'em standpoint,
correct.
I think
I understand
this game,
and I'm in the same boat as you.
Also on that note, fantasy factor, since it is a short week, Robinson will probably be out again with that hamstring.
Yeah,
true,
you're probably
true.
right.
You have the Commanders on this one. What's that reasoning for you?
I feel like the Jaden Daniels is going to bounce back as well. I love the way Scary Terry's playing. I don't care if Slay is covering him, whoever. I think he's going to ball out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
We've seen a resurgence of Eckler over the last 2 weeks that Robinson has missed.
What the hell? I don't get it. It's going to be a good game. I'm excited for it.
This could be, well, I think this is like the battle of the NFC East right now.
Yeah.
I believe. Am I wrong?
No.
I mean,
no, it's a division game.
But I'm saying
it's not the Giants. It's not the Cowboys.
I'm pretty sure they're the leaders too.
I
want to say Commies are in the lead.
And a quick tidbit: I don't know how serious it is. I haven't seen the latest reports, but I know Saquon got hurt Sunday, so I don't know what's going on with him.
Oh well, this is about his time for his yearly.
He may have even come back
losses.
Sunday for the game.
I mean, like I said, it's usually about his time for the yearly game. So
he said he had a forearm examined briefly and came back. Yeah, he left and he returned at the start of the second half. So in theory, he should be okay. Saquon should have a big game against that Commie defense as well.
Right now in the standings, the Eagles are in the lead with a 7-2 record, and the Commanders are second with a 7-3.
Oh wow! So this, this is a battle for first place.
It should be a battle for first place. So
that's going to be a hell of a game.
This is must-see TV.
Yeah. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad it is on Thursday night.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
I mean,
Thursday. Amazon's been putting out some fire the past 2 weeks.
All right, man. I have Friday off, so I'm watching that fucking game.
I might be staying up.
I may call him in.
Whoa.
I love that for you.
I like that. Well, before we get these people to a second commercial, we got to end this. We got to get them out of here.
You know what? We had more stuff to talk about. We'll bring it up on Saturday.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm Preacher.
Sean Matt.
And this is Brandon. That's us, the Gridiron Goons, at the Gridiron Goons Studios. And always remember, when there's a divisional game on Thursday night, you're in for some real prime time. This is your week.